It's gonna be the. We're gonna bring you inside real quick. Get you out of the warm car, right? Now step out for me. We're gonna go through these doors over here. So you have the right to counsel at this time. If you're unable to pay for counsel, you'll be entitled to have one provided without charge. Do you understand that? Okay.
On August 17th, 2023, police arrested this woman in West Richland, Washington. More than 2,000 miles from the crime she is accused of helping to plan. Her name is Shanna Gardner. Prosecutors allege that she helped orchestrate the killing of her ex-husband, Jared Bridegan, with the help of two men, her estranged husband, Mario Fernandez-Saldana, and a man named Henry Tenon. All three have been charged. None has been convicted in Jared's murder. But this case doesn't begin with an arrest in Washington. It begins 18 months earlier on a quiet residential road in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. February 16th, 2022, a little after 8 in the evening. Jared Bridegan had just dropped off the twins he shared with Shanna, part of a custody arrangement the two had fought over for years. He was driving home with his youngest daughter, just 2 years old, in the back seat. Then the road ahead of him was blocked. A tire was lying across the street. Jared stopped the car and got out to move it. He was shot several times at close range. He died in the road. His daughter was still strapped into her car seat nearby. Neighbors heard the shots and called 911. There was no immediate explanation for why Jared had been targeted or who had been waiting for him in the dark. Over the following months, investigators began tracing a blue pickup truck, a former tenant, financial payments, phone records, and a web of personal connections. What emerged was not a theory of a random shooting, but an alleged murder-for-hire plot that prosecutors say led back to Jared's former wife. In this video, we'll look at the four people at the center of the case, what prosecutors say connects them and why. More than 4 years after Jared's death, the case is still making its way toward trial. To understand how it reached this point, we first have to understand Jared Bridegan and the marriage that ended long before the shooting. Jared Bridegan was 33 years old, a father of 4. He had 2 children with his second wife, Kirsten, and twins with Shanna Gardner from a marriage that had ended in 2016. By the night he was killed, Jared and Shanna had been in and out of court over those twins for nearly 6 years. Shanna Gardner grew up in Jacksonville. After the divorce, she moved with the twins to Jacksonville Beach and later remarried. Prosecutors say the custody fight never really ended, and that it is the reason her ex-husband is dead. She has pleaded not guilty. Mario Fernandez-Saldana was Shanna's second husband. This is police body camera footage from the night investigators pulled him over and seized his phones under a search warrant that named Jared Bridegan's murder. He asked for his lawyer and refused to unlock the devices. Prosecutors allege he was the link between Shanna and the man accused of pulling the trigger. He has pleaded not guilty. And this is Henry Tenon. 6 months after the murder, he was pulled over 3 miles from where Jared Bridegan died. To him, it looked like a routine traffic stop. It wasn't. Tenon had rented a home from Mario Fernandez-Saldana. In 2023, he pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and agreed to testify against the other 2. But in 2025, he said his earlier statements had been false. And in February of this year, a judge allowed him to withdraw that plea entirely. He now pleads not guilty, and he refuses to testify, which means the prosecution's most important witness is no longer a witness at all.
At Dinsmore, you know where the landfill, on Old King Road?
Yeah.
On the other side, 295, where the creek and the slough come through. On the other side, down in the back near the railroad track. I was back there, messing around what they used to say it used to be an old Indian burial ground out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you ever have anybody run it, see if it was like stolen and dumped off?
No, I just got it to where I can clean it up and trying to identify it myself.
Yeah, because I don't even see
How long have you had it? Or how long did you find it ago?
It's been over 4 years ago that I found that. I've been working on it. Just I got it looking that good.
You never found a serial number or anything on it?
No. Nothing that I can identify.
You do know it's a Mossberg, you can read that part, you just can't, you couldn't read anything else.
That's it.
And
guess that because it looked like it said Marco.
It's a model 1896 Banner.
Okay, you found one. Functioning firearms, I still with them though. I like my crossbow better.
Crossbows?
Yeah.
You a hunter?
Yep.
Where you hunt at?
Georgia, mostly.
Okay.
I tried a little bit around here, but everything I found, I'm like, it's no good.
Us.
I don't know. It's too much garbage, contaminate the meat or whatnot. So rabbit.
I mean, what do you hunt for?
Deer, hog, rabbit.
Rabbit?
Yep.
With a crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay. You got some good aim if you can hit a rabbit with a crossbow.
That scope make it better.
That's true. Yeah, the game in Florida is a lot smaller than it is.
Yes, it is.
Unless you go pay big money for these hunt camps. And then, ooh,
Yeah.
you want to spend $3-4 grand just to go hunt for one deer. I'm like,
Okay.
How long you been taking them to the methadone clinic?
For her, to the methadone clinic, what, 8 years?
Oh, dang.
I've been steady encouraging her to get off the methadone and come on down. She left everything else alone.
Yeah?
So, you know, that's the last step right there.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, it ain't happening. That she can give up everything else. She ain't giving up the methadone yet. She's scared to do that. So
Yeah.
that's the fear.
Just gotta make sure the doctor can get her off of that, because
That's what
that
I
can,
said. That's the key.
if they don't do it right, it can kill her with withdrawals and stuff. Methadone's a drug too.
Yeah, I realize it's a drug, but I didn't know that severe.
It can be like if you, from what I've been told and from what I've known, there's a lot of people who stay on it for life, and then there's some people who eventually, I guess you can be taken off of it, but if you go cold turkey, kind of like if you were to stop smoking cigarettes or something, nothing happens to you. Like you might feel whatever you feel, just like alcoholism. Like you go through treatment and stuff, you can eventually get off of that in a matter of months. Methadone, I think it takes a lot longer.
She told me that
Got the leg caught up.
she told me one time that when she didn't dose, it might have hurt her in a bone or a joint or something. But I said, what? In fact, I thought she was exaggerating over that part because she missed that day because I couldn't get to her.
Methadone's some serious stuff. There's a little baby, probably 2 or 3 years old, got into his mom's methadone because this lady was allowed to bring it home and ended up drinking it, probably thinking it was like juice or cough syrup or something like that. Ended up dying.
Oh, man.
His mama forgot to lock her methadone box.
Dang it.
Yeah. I was like, that was probably 7 years ago.
That's sad.
Oh, probably more than 7 years ago. It was a long time ago. Yeah.
That's why they encourage them to keep their stuff in a lockbox.
That's why they give you a lockbox. If you take it home, you're required to keep it in a lockbox.
Okay.
Because it's serious. It's serious medicine. Like, and then I guess there's some people who they either have no way of locking it up or probably certain situations. I mean, I think they give you lockboxes, but like, I guess when you got, I don't know, whatever situation it might be, they end up telling you got to come in every day.
Yeah. This is yours, sir?
That one yours?
It fell on the floor. Well, I'm just going to leave it up here because I found some weed that fell on the floor.
Found some weed.
Yeah, I knew I smelled it a little bit in the car, but no one knows what it is, so I'm just going to take it with me.
It knows, but I ain't smelling it.
The white car seen in this footage was not the vehicle investigators were looking for in connection with Jared's murder. By that point, detectives had already linked Henry Tenon to a blue Ford F-150 seen in the area around the time of the shooting, but Henry had not yet been told why he was really being questioned. Then the interview began.
Just trying to turn the music off, Henry. I'm sure you were enjoying it. Like I said, Henry, I'm Detective Cullen. This is my partner, Detective Johns.
How you doing, man? You doing all right? So far. Thank you.
So,
I was doing.
I know. Trust me, we got woke up in the middle of the night.
I'm so for work. Don't look like I'm gonna make it there today.
Well, so like I said, we're with the HOTS unit for the sheriff's office. Basically, it's a traffic offender for people that have had some driving issues. You know, that have gone because you were formerly a habitual. Driving.
Yeah, I got my license back.
Yeah, so that's what we are. That's what HOT. You asked what HOT stood for: Habitual Offender Traffic Task Force. So we work with habitual drivers. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why we got called in to talk to you. And truthfully, we probably should have talked to you the other day when you were involved in hit and run. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
to them.
Yeah, I know. I read the report. It was nothing. It was a little minor deal. But they should have probably contacted us then. But you didn't even get a ticket for that, did you?
Yes, I did.
I mean, but not for your license stuff.
No.
Okay.
Okay,
but I want to talk to you about all that. Let's go over this form real quick. Just because you're here in this room, I know they brought you down. So I know your first name's Henry. How do you Henry, common spelling?
Correct.
What's your middle initial, Henry?
A.
Tenon?
Tenon.
Tenon. What's your date of birth, Henry?
2961.
2961. That makes you how old?
61.
29. Really? I thought you were repeating your birth year. I'm half asleep, I reckon. Math's my specialty, so we're in trouble.
Oh, man.
Yeah. What's your cell phone number, Henry?
904 801
Okay.
7612.
7612. All right. So right now, you're at 311 West Monroe Street. It's not jail, it's not the police station, it's actually the state attorney's office, but that's what we do. There's some programs we work through with the state attorney's office on these license things I'll tell you about. That's why our office is here, just so you know. 311 West.
Yeah, because when I saw the state attorney office on the door, I said, now what else I'm involved in?
Yeah. Well, it's good and bad because we get to stay away from the police station downtown where no one gets to see us. But if we need anything, we gotta go to the police station. so we get to kind of hide here, but we gotta go there just to get something, you know. So it's got its ups and downs.
Understood.
Today, what's today? 18th? Is that right?
It's 18th.
So today's August 18th. 22. It is now 7:16 in the morning. 0716. I'm asking a couple questions. Some of them might sound silly because I can tell you're a smart guy, but what's the last grade of education you completed?
12th.
12th grade. Was it here in town?
No.
Where were you?
Georgia.
Georgia? Was it high school?
High school.
Do you remember the name of the high school?
Yeah, Viana High.
Oh, what is it? How you spell it?
VIENNA.
See, I thought you said violent high, like you went to a violent high school.
Vienna.
Vienna. Okay.
Vienna.
Because I went to Violent High.
Yep.
No.
I'm like, I never heard of that.
And so you graduated?
Yes.
Okay. So you can read and write? You can read and write?
Yes.
I told you some of these questions were going to sound silly. So are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
None.
Okay. Do you take prescription medications for
No.
anything? Okay. Have you ever been diagnosed with any sort of mental disorder?
No.
Okay. So I know you can read and write. Just need you to demonstrate that by reading this very first sentence out loud that starts with you and ends in Constitution. If you just read that one sentence.
You
out
have
loud.
to follow the rights under the United States Constitution.
Yes. And I'm going to read the rest of it, okay, and you can follow along. You do not have to make a statement or say anything. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you make a statement or before any questions are asked of you, and to have the lawyer with you during any questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. If you do answer questions, you have the right to stop answering questions at any time and consult with a lawyer. Do you understand the rights I just read to you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. If you just sign there, just indicating you understand your rights, it's not any sort of admission. And I'll tell you what's going on with this hot stuff. Did you?
You got me confused already.
Well, you've been arrested for a driver's license charge.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I have to read these to you.
Okay.
Henry noticed that he had been brought to the state attorney's office and questioned why he was there. The detective again framed the interview as part of a program dealing with driving violations.
The car you're in now, Crown Vic, is that right? How long you had that car? And let me.
It don't belong to me.
Okay.
To a friend of
And
mine.
before and you've seen crime TV shows, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know that I know the answer to most of these questions I'm going to ask you. I'm trying to see what kind of man you are. If you're a man of character, and you're going to be straight with me, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm willing to work with those kind of people and willing to have a discussion with them about how we move forward, okay?
Okay.
But
I'm listening.
okay. So tell me about the Crown Vic. How long you been driving it?
Since March, February
Of this year?
of this year.
Okay. And whose car is it?
Joseph Wardley.
Okay. That's who it's registered to?
Yes.
Okay. That's the guy you live with on Potomac? So
No,
stay with sometimes?
That's
Okay.
his father.
That's his father. Is his father still alive?
No.
Okay. Because the car is registered to his father still, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you've been driving that since March-ish?
February, March, somewhere around there.
Okay. And is that what you used to get to work?
At that time, I was using a bicycle.
Okay. Well, once you started driving the car, I mean.
Yeah. And
Okay.
that was when I was having trouble getting, cause one of the passengers this morning was my, long time acquaintance, friend, girlfriend,
Kind of girlfriend
lover,
there. Yeah.
And we started having trouble with her getting to the clinic, getting somebody else to go by to get her to the clinic, because I didn't want her to be dope sick or anything to miss that. So I started making sure that I stay on point to get her there. And then a long time childhood friend of hers, they happened to move back to their neighborhood, needed to go, so I started picking both of them up.
Okay.
Then once they're done with the clinic, then I go to work.
Wow.
Have you ever had to go to the methadone clinic yourself?
No.
Okay. What's your motivation to get these people to methadone? I mean, I appreciate it. I think it's a great thing you're doing. I'm just wondering what brought that out in you.
When it first started, I guess you could call it love and concern of the one that you love.
Okay.
And making sure that they get what they needed.
Okay. Are you in a relationship with one of the individuals, the female?
Yes.
I'm guessing.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's good. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that okay. So that's good. I appreciate that. So you started driving back in March, drove it around, and like I said, I know the answer to this. I knew you were driving the car, and about when you start, because we should have talked to you the other day and didn't. We've had 3 days to do our homework on you, 4 days now, I guess, since you kind of we're driving today. We were going to come talk to you. We were going to come see
That
you
was
probably tomorrow.
Saturday.
Was it Saturday? Okay, so it came in our desk on Monday because we were off we don't work weekends.
Okay.
So we got it on Monday. So we were going to come talk to you tomorrow. We were going to try and track you down tomorrow and talk to you about this. But it worked. This may work out better for you, even though it doesn't seem that way. I know it doesn't feel that way right now. But so that car, you've been driving it for 4 or 5 months now. How often do you drive it? Like every day to work, stuff like that? Is that pretty much your car to get around in?
Pretty much.
Okay. Did you buy the car from the other guy, or is he just letting you use it? What's the status there?
No, he use it.
Okay. Do you take it to the other house? You said you stay at Potomac, and what was the other one again?
8701 Old King Road.
Okay. Do you sometimes take it there, and when you stay the night?
No, when I go out there, I would leave my buddy, which is my K9 friend, with him.
Okay.
And I would back it out on that side.
I gotcha. So, how many times have you Where's the furthest you drove the car? And I know the answer to this.
I drove it all the way to Georgia.
Okay.
A little place called Drayton.
Okay.
See my oldest brother out there.
When was that?
That was April.
Okay.
Yeah, April.
Okay. And where in Georgia again?
Drayton.
Drayton, Georgia. Where's that at?
Drayton, Georgia is...
I have kin in Arlington, Georgia, but which you might not have ever heard
15
of.
miles west of Vienna on Highway 27.
What's the closest big town that I might know?
Where is the relation to Savannah?
Speak English. Speak English.
Have you ever heard of Cordell?
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right, so that put it 39 miles northwest of Cordell.
Okay. All right. So what's that, a couple hour drive? About 3 hours?
Three and a half.
Okay. All right. Ever get stopped in that car by the police?
No.
Okay.
Haven't you hit?
Right. So there's things that we have around town called LPRs. You probably never heard of that.
Mm-mm.
And we have another thing called RTC. LPR is a license plate reader. RTC is real-time cameras. So some of them are hidden in plain sight, and others not so much. You know what I mean? So whenever you drive by these things, they capture two things. They capture the license plate of the car, and facial recognition software gets the driver, not the passenger, only the driver. So I know you've been driving the car, so I appreciate you being honest. And I know you've been out of town in the car, so I appreciate you being honest. So there's times where these other cameras can also, when they capture this, they tell us how fast you're going, and whether you're speeding, whether you've ran, if you're going, some of them are at lights, if you run a red light, or some of them are at stop signs if you don't come to a complete stop. I know it sounds petty, but that's where we're at these days. Big Brother is always watching. So because of this program, we're able to go back to any time we have you on thing and analyze your driving to see if you need to be reinstated as habitual. So you had the Crown Vic since March. What were you driving prior to that? And I know the answer to this too.
My bicycle.
No, you're in a different vehicle. You're on these real-time cameras and LPR. I have pictures of all this too, and I'll show you. So you drove a different car before that, and you've been out of town in that car too. It's not a trick question.
No car.
Yeah. I mean, you've been doing really well up until this point. Now I'm starting to get concerned why you wouldn't want to talk about this other car you drove. I'm not sure. You've been doing so well. I don't have any red flags against you in these programs that we speak of. But now I'm nervous. Did you drive this other vehicle like a madman or something? Are you worried that you were speeding all over the place in it?
No.
Okay, because I don't necessarily have that.
The only piece of that aggravating ass truck I had.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. You had the blue truck, right? Is that the truck you speak of?
Yeah, it was a blue truck.
Okay. So how long did you drive that truck?
Shoot, what? Probably about 8 months maybe.
Okay. What kind of truck was it? What model?
It was a Ford F-150.
Okay.
Larry.
What year was it?
2004.
Okay, so that's one of the older engines. That's a kind of... Yeah.
And that engine is crap.
Yeah. Well, they don't... those are...
It runs good while they're running, but that engine is crap. We start having a problem with that stuff, go ahead and start saving your money. Okay, if you ever get one, go ahead and start saving your money so you can buy a new engine and put in. Don't go trying to work on that regular stuff, man, because
it's impossible to get the parts for them.
Huh?
It's impossible to get the parts for them because they have those...
No, it's not. They're just expensive.
Well, I guess that's why it's impossible to get them, because they're so expensive. So it makes it. I just want to show you what we're talking about with the technology that they have these days.
Recent one.
Okay. So for instance, so here's one where you were driving the Crown Vic on, this is recent, this is August 7th. August 7th, 2022, 10:53 a.m. There you are driving eastbound on 8th Street at Davis Street, 11, almost 11 o'clock in the morning. There's your license plate. There's you driving. So we have a whole other.
Actually, that wasn't me driving. I was a passenger.
Oh,
That was Jimmy.
that was Jimmy driving? Okay. Well, I didn't pull up. So
Some of them are better than others.
No, well, so what it is, we have two things. There's two different, we get two different printouts. One is the.
Yeah, I remember that the day that we was on it.
One is the car and the tag, and then we get about a week later we get the facial recognition. So so some of these, there are times where I have this and someone else driving, but most of them are you driving. I mean, you don't deny that you're driving the car most of the time.
Right.
I mean, we wouldn't be here if that was the case. We'd just send you down the road.
Okay.
So that's what it is. So we have dozens of instances with you in that. We have dozens of incidents with you driving the truck. So the truck, even though it was raggedy, it drove because you're driving it. And there's a bunch of incidents with you. Show me one with the truck, just so I can show them the truck. Did you? So you said that? Did you ever get the engine fixed on the truck?
No.
What ended up happening? So here's the truck. There's the tag on the truck.
Mm-hmm.
It's at New Kings, 5830 New Kings. But this is probably, a little while after you got it back to Jacksonville, 12/31/21.
Okay.
So that's probably after after you brought it back to Jacksonville, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I know it's been 6-7 months. Do you remember what you were doing on New Kings that day? I know it's been, you probably don't.
December 23rd.
So it's right before Christmas.
I don't know.
You're actually right at.
Probably at one over to visit the tree hangers over there. The crew that's over there and visit every once in a while.
Okay. They cut trees down?
Huh?
They cut trees down?
No.
You said tree
hangers.
What's that mean?
I mean, they hang out, sit around the tree.
Oh.
Never heard that one before.
Yeah, I figure it's slang for something, but they're just hanging out under a tree. All right, so here's how I know it drives in April. There you are, April 2nd.
Okay.
And I know where you're going. You will too once you read the address, 103rd and Ricker. You did something to the truck. You had to get something on it. You remember what it was? You went somewhere and bought a couple.
103rd and Ricker.
That should tell you where you were with the truck. Tires, getting tires.
I went out there to
Value tire or something like that. Discount tire. Yeah. Get a couple tires put on it.
Mm-hmm.
You get flat or something?
No, they just wore out.
Oh, okay. So it's driving. So obviously the car's driving, and I got probably 20 with the truck and about 15 with the car, with the Impala, where you're driving. So you're driving, but we know that.
Okay.
So Was there ever a time it broke down and you had to tow it anywhere? Even back to your house or anything?
Yeah, that was in April.
In April of this year?
Yeah, April of this year.
You had to do, what happened?
Yeah. That time, that was when the oil pump stopped working.
And it just wouldn't drive?
Yeah.
And did you have to tow it, or you leave it on the side of the road? What'd you do with it?
No, it got towed.
Where'd you tow it to?
Towed it over to Old Kings and Edgewood.
Mm-hmm. What's there?
Huh?
What's that Old Kings in Edgewood that you would tow it to there?
That was I towed it to 5239 Potomac.
Okay.
Then I towed it to, I drove it up to the mechanic shop to have him check it out.
What mechanic shop?
Then I drove back after that, left it parked there at Twin Store.
Uh-huh. How long you leave it up at the store there?
I don't know, probably about 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay. And then what'd you do with it? What's the furthest you ever drove in that truck?
Huh?
Before I asked you how far you went in the Crown Vic, what's the furthest out of town you went? What's the furthest out of town you went in the truck?
I went down to, Prescott, Florida.
Okay. Where's that at?
Down southwest of Orlando.
Okay. You got family down there? No? What brings you to Prescott?
No, a friend of mine wanted to go down there. Well, a guy that I knew through a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go down, one of the Mexican guys that I
Mm-hmm.
know. He asked me would I take him down there. And that particular Sunday, I had nothing else to do.
Okay. The reason I'm asking these questions, I'm sure you're curious, is because remember how I said I'm trying to determine what kind of person would risk a felony thing and a potential habitual thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm making sure you're not making dope runs. I'm making sure you're not going to see prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure these are legitimate, making sure you're who you tell me you are. Okay? So that's why when we're trying to sort through all this. So
That's why
give me a few more of the Crown Vic pictures if you don't mind. Just the LPR, not the facial stuff. So far, if this were a test, you're doing very well. As far as the qualifications for high. So here's a few more with the Crown Vic. So this is about 2 months ago to today. It's actually 2 months to today. 5:43 p.m. You're on Moncrief and 33rd at 5:43 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
You remember where you're going? Why you were driving that day?
Moncrief and 33rd,
Mm-hmm.
5:43. That was after I had got off work.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of them roadside restaurants or somebody, seafood or something.
Okay. Maybe get something to
Get
eat.
something to eat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the dude's name that gave you the car name? That you said, the Impala that owns the Impala? I know it's his daddy's car, but he died.
Joe the oil was Jared.
Jared. So he basically just knew you needed a ride because your truck was fucked up.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. So he let you use this. So you basically had the keys to the car and could drive whenever you wanted, obviously, right?
Yep.
Did you ever let anyone else drive that car? Or were you?
Other than Jimmy?
Who's Jimmy? Who's Jimmy?
A guy that I know from hanging out under the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why?
If we want to go somewhere else, and I said I don't feel like driving.
I see. Would you ride with him though?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if the car went somewhere, you were with it because you know what time it is. That car might not come back.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So, because there are some times, like I said, where you're the passenger. So I'm just trying to figure out who else would have drove the car, and it's okay. It's no big deal. But so Jimmy was the only other one you'd probably let drive that car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'd be in there with
It's right. You ain't letting no one take your ride because it was hard enough for you to get it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm with you. I don't do the same thing. So that's pretty much the same thing with the truck too. If you drove it, if someone else drove it, you were with them.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, can you think of a time you wouldn't have?
Huh?
Can you think of a time that you weren't with them when you owned that truck?
Yeah, if I had to work.
I know,
Most
but
time I'll let it go, without me being there.
that's you. Who would you let use it then?
That would be Jared.
Okay, the guy you lived with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy that lives on Potomac that you stay with from time to
Yeah.
time. He might take it. What are your work hours?
My work hours from 6:30 in the morning when I can get there
Mm-hmm.
to 2:30, 3 o'clock in the evening.
And how many, in the 8 months, you said about 8 months you had the truck?
Mm-hmm.
In the 8 months you had the truck, about how many times you let Jimmy drive it?
Jimmy never drove.
I mean, Jerry.
What, 2 times?
Just a couple times?
Yeah.
Okay. And besides him, and those times he drove it, you weren't in the truck with him?
No.
Those 2 occasions?
Mm-hmm.
And did he take you to work those days? Did he come get it from work? Why did he need it when he's got his own car?
No, because you needed to pick up either TV.
Okay, so he needed the bed of the
washing
truck.
machine.
I got you.
Yeah,
But he would get it back to you when you got off work.
correct.
And so you say the latest you worked is like 3 o'clock, something like that? Okay.
Something like that.
Because you're getting 30 hours a week, basically.
Pretty much.
Yet they ever let you work late?
No.
No?
No.
What's the latest you ever worked?
Usually they want us out at about 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So if you got to stay to 3, you're lucky.
Yeah,
What's the latest you think you ever stayed at work?
3.
Okay.
That's when they're kicking you out of there.
Yep. So the hourly guys, they stay till 5, so they want to have time to get everything cleaned out from the day, set back up for the next day.
So I know that some of these dates are 6 months, 8 months, whatever ago, so I'm not going to hold you to it. But when I show you these, if I show you one and you weren't driving and Jimmy was driving, either this or I show you one and it might have been, I don't know that we have one where Jerry's driving the truck, but if it's one of those ones you think hey, it might have been him driving, you tell me, okay?
Okay.
So here's another one with the car, with the Impala. Oh wait,
Crown Vic.
I just showed a Crown Vic. Damn, man.
He's never going to
See, I'm testing it. That's how good you are. I'm trying to trick you up, and you're so good with this Crown Vic. So here you are, 5:24:22, 4:35 in the afternoon, Moncrief and 33rd again. So probably same thing, you think? So the other one was 6:18, but this is pretty much the same location. Do you have any recollection of what might have been happening that day?
Moncrief and 33rd.
Yeah.
I must be going out to Tractor Supply.
Okay. What would you get there?
Either tires for one of the generators that I had, or some dog supply, or some nuts or bolts or whatever.
Okay. So what part of towns do you pretty much reside yourself to? Are you someone who goes all over the city, or are you pretty much in your little nest? Pretty much the west side.
Yeah.
If you went to another part of town, you got friends anywhere else that you go visit? That you'd be in this Crown Vic or anything that you go out to the north side or out to Mandarin or anything?
No.
Nowhere else you can think of?
No.
Okay. All right. So you know how it works. It's your car driving down the street. It doesn't really tell you from looking at it where it is because it's just a car on the road. So I'll speed this up and I'll just tell you where you're at. So here you are on US 17 at Leonard C. Taylor Parkway on April 9th. So this is I showed you. So I showed you in the truck on April 2nd, and you were in the truck on April 2nd on where was he at in the truck on April 2nd?
Ricker Road.
Ricker Road.
Yeah.
So this is about a week after you were in the truck on Ricker. You're now in the Crown Vic on Leonard C. Taylor Parkway North. This is one of those times you told me you were out of town. So it's not too far. It's out by Green Cove Springs. So are you headed? Which way are you headed? You're headed southbound. So I guess you're headed out of town.
In the Crown Vic?
Yeah.
Green Cove Spring?
Yeah. Well, you're headed south on Leonard C. Taylor Parkway.
Somewhere in Clay County.
I don't remember traveling out there.
So, South Orange Avenue, nearest intersection, South Orange Avenue, Highway 16. So it looks like you'd have been headed south, like going maybe, there's a lot of ways you could go. You could go to Palatka.
Was that a Sunday? I think if it was a Sunday,
I can tell you.
that was the day I took Peggy Sue down to Palatka to see her sister because she was having trouble with her old man and she was worried about the children being all right.
What about a Saturday? Could it have been Saturday you're thinking of?
Might have been.
It was a weekend.
It had to have been a Sunday because during that time I'd be working on some other junk on Saturday.
Yeah, it looks like it was a Saturday probably.
It was a Saturday?
Yeah, and maybe you were done with all that junk because it's 3 in the afternoon. Is that how you would you go that way probably if that's where you were headed with her?
Probably would.
Okay, so maybe that's what it was.
Went to Palatka.
What did you take her there for?
I remember taking her down to see her sister.
Okay. Do you go there and back the same day?
Yes.
Okay. How do you drive? Do you pay attention to the speed limit when you drive?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Do you try and stay within a couple miles of it? Not
Yeah,
drive
that's why I
too
was
fast?
stopping this morning when the guy pulled me over.
Right.
Said I was running 47, and I know I don't even make no gas when I get out there to take my time and ease on, let everybody go on about their business that want to pass me.
Give me a few with the truck then. So that was probably taking her down. She got family down there?
No, she got family.
That's what I'm saying. She's got family down there? All right. How long y'all been together?
We ain't together.
Oh, you're not?
No, that's
Okay.
someone I know.
Okay. Oh, that's Peggy Sue. I'm sorry. That's not the girl that was in the car today?
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it
She's
was
somebody
that.
that wanted to go see her sister.
I got
asked me,
you.
would I take her down there?
So here you are, March 3rd, in the truck on Moncrief and 33rd, about, here, let's do this since the days of the week can sometimes help. So March 3rd is a Thursday afternoon, around 3:45. You're on Moncrief and 33rd again, around 3:45. That's that's about a month before you had to get the tires for it.
Because I needed a battery for something.
Maybe not the truck, but something out like something
Yeah.
at the house or something.
A battery for either the lawnmower. I believe it was a battery for the lawnmower.
Okay. And here's another one from February 6th. You're on Moncrief again. February 6th is a February 6th is a Sunday. So Sunday afternoon. So you don't work weekends, do you? Or do you? So it's a Sunday afternoon, about 3:45, and you're at the same place, Moncrief and 33rd. So this is, like I said, this is about that same time frame as the other time.
He was probably headed to Callahan doing that time, probably.
Okay. So here you are in the truck back in January of this year, end of January, and you're on A1A out in Ponte Vedra, in St. Johns County.
I went out there to cut a yard.
Okay. It actually looks like you got a big cooler in the back of the truck. Would you take a cooler with you to mow the yard, maybe? Do you take your own lawn equipment when you cut a yard?
Mm-hmm.
Would you have the lawnmower in the back of the truck with you if you were? That's what you're doing. Does that refresh your memory at all?
No.
Okay. So do you
Well, where?
mine? You were at A1A and Ponte Vedra Lake Boulevard on. So you're out there off of A1A and Ponte Vedra. A1A, you know what A1A is, right? Out there, it runs to where TPC is and all the beautiful people live.
Mm-hmm. Like if you go to Jack's Beach all the way to St. Augustine along the ocean, that's A1A.
Mm-hmm. I know what A1A is.
So it's a January 29th. So it's a Saturday afternoon, about 3:37 in the afternoon.
You fucking me up.
Saturday afternoon, January. This is just shortly before you start driving the Crown Vic. A month or so before you start driving the Crown Vic. Month and a half. So do you remember going out to A1A to mow somebody's yard? Did you do some maintenance, yard maintenance out there?
To mow some yard, and I was thinking that was one of them, but that wasn't it. I don't know what the hell that was.
Where would you go to mow the yard at? Whose yard would you mow?
I forgot the address. Ferris, that's all I know. I don't know his last name.
How many times you mow their yard?
Oh shoot, about 4 or 5.
4 or 5 times? Mm-hmm. Where they live at?
Damn, I can't think of the address right offhand.
I mean, because obviously you're not mowing a yard. There's no lawnmower in the truck. And I'll be honest with you, none of these show. I don't think I see any with a lawnmower in the truck.
Okay.
So.
I don't know what was going on out there.
You haven't. Okay.
I know I ain't got.
Were you headed somewhere else? Maybe down to St. Augustine, perhaps, shooting straight down A1A. You got any reason being St. Augustine?
Been down to St. Augustine that way.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But when?
All right. So here's what's up. Today's the most important day of your life. All right? I'm going to shoot you straight. You got tough decisions to make, but there's really only one right answer. So we've told you a lot, but we haven't told you everything. And you've been pretty honest with us, and I appreciate that. But there's a lot more to this than what we've told you, what we let on. So there's other people down here that we're interviewing at the same time about a case. It's way bigger than some traffic charges.
Yeah, I don't figure that much out already. I just don't know what.
Okay, well, you're going to know in a second. And these people. So this is a choice you get to make. You're at what they call a crossroads in your life. Okay. There's 2 paths you can take. One goes this way, one goes this way. One can lead to Henry still being Henry, out living a life potentially one day, because we know what Henry's all about, and he's not somebody that's going around doing violent things, doing vicious things to people. But somehow Henry got caught up in something. You got put in the middle of something, and then now it's spiraling out of control because these other people involved, because this is your vehicle involved that you're in, are going to point the finger at you, and they've already started to do that because no one wants to go to prison for the rest of their life. Nobody. Mm-hmm. So you need to tell us right now. We know the answers, like I told you, and I'm not lying to you. We know the answers to these questions we ask you.
The interview was only one part of the case against Henry Tenon. Investigators had also obtained his bank records, and those records revealed a direct financial connection to Mario Fernandez-Saldana. The interview was only one part of the case against Henry Tenon. Investigators had also obtained his bank records, and those records revealed a direct financial connection to Mario Fernandez-Saldana. Over a period of just 9 days, Tenon deposited 3 checks from First Choice Home Rentals. The first was for $2,000. The second was for $3,000. And the third was for $5,000. Together, they totaled $10,000. All 3 checks were issued after Jared Bridegan's murder and bore Mario Fernandez-Saldana's signature. First Choice Home. Rentals was not an unrelated company. Business records show that Mario E. Fernandez and Shanna Gardner were both listed on a company account documents for First Choice Home Rentals, LLC. On this page, Mario Fernandez appears as owner 1, and Shanna Gardner appears as owner 2. That matters because the checks paid to Henry Tenon came from this company, and they carried Mario Fernandez-Saldana's signature. According to investigators, the 3 checks were not written out casually over time. They say the check stubs were found together in the suspect truck, still attached from the same page of the checkbook, suggesting the checks were given to Henry Tenon at the same time, even though they carried different dates. Investigators also noted that Tenon's bank account frequently held less than $400 and was often overdrawn. In that context, these deposits stood out enough for investigators to describe them as an anomaly in Tenon's financial history. The financial records were only one part of the investigation. Detectives were also examining phone records, location data, and communications involving the people at the center of the case. The digital trail placed investigators back near the crime scene in the minutes immediately after Jared Bridegan was killed. According to the affidavit, surveillance footage recorded the suspect truck traveling eastbound on Jacksonville Drive at 7:53 p.m., approximately 1 minute after the shooting. Just 3 minutes later, another camera captured a man walking north toward the intersection of Jacksonville Drive and Grande Boulevard. Investigators believe the man in that footage was Henry Tenon. The image itself was unclear, but they did not rely on surveillance footage alone. Google location data later showed that one of Tenon's known cell phones was within a few meters of the person seen on camera at approximately the same time. For investigators, the truck, the surveillance footage, and the phone location data formed another connection between Tenon and the area around the murder scene. The investigation then moved beyond historical phone and location data. By early 2023, detectives were intercepting communications connected to Shanna Gardner. In a probable cause affidavit, investigators wrote that Shanna believed law enforcement might be watching and tracking her phone. They also described conversations about using a different phone, reactivating a secondary device, or moving discussions to FaceTime. According to the affidavit, Shanna asked whether FaceTime screens could be recorded and said she had left her devices outside a therapy session so she could speak without paranoia. These statements did not prove that she was involved in Jared's murder, but investigators cited them as part of their justification for expanding the electronic surveillance around her. As of July 31, 2026, none of the 3 defendants has been convicted in connection with Jared Bridegan's murder. Mario Fernandez-Saldana is scheduled to be tried first. Jury selection begins on August 10th, followed by his trial on August 17th. He still faces charges of first-degree murder and solicitation to commit a capital felony. Prosecutors dropped the conspiracy and child abuse charges against him on July 27th. Shanna Gardner's jury selection is scheduled to begin on August 31st, with her trial set to begin on September 8th. She has pleaded not guilty to the charges against her. Henry Tenon also now pleads not guilty after withdrawing his earlier plea. His trial is currently scheduled for March 2027. Until those trials take place, the allegations and evidence presented in this case remain untested before a jury,